To be honest, maybe just a loose ruby just to troll everyone to go to feed the Titan.
That would be interesting to see. We see level 1 heal 3 already,
But
as
we
well
do
as
see
level 1 fire 2 and
level 5.
fast.
That's kind of tough right now because choosing between fire 2 and fast, I'll get the fast for later in the scene. But oh geez, did you see that price for that gold bracelet?
55k just about. That's gonna be some expensive gold bracelets, let me tell you.
Question is it worth it? Is it worth it to grind for that cast? And the houses are expensive. They're like 1.8k this seed. Jeez.
Yeah, they ended up having just about an 80% price boost, maybe a little over an 80%. Yeah, imps. I noticed that imps have death touch and ghouls have quad X and fire 3. So that's a little nasty.
Someone said TOF not your best bet right now.
Imps are very safe right now. Safe with the death touch hugs.
Oof, and
Oh,
Thundercloud surviving that ghoul with the quad X.
yeah, I was honestly a little worried about that, but wolves with stone touch? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, we oh, and
Oh,
girls with
oh
transparent
no,
revolution.
they have glance, not stone touch. Oh. Oh. And I did see the damage poison come out from the ghouls, as pointed out by Leggy Starscream. But the Chaos Shrine did end up having quite a bit of money, which is, it's nice.
But the upper left corner was not even worth it. It was just a cabin and a heal potion.
That cabin can do some work.
And the funny
Spells
thing is,
that
we have not reached the Garland.
we have not. Well, we say that, and look at where Asher's at. Pulling our friendly neighborhood Garland.
Ooh, Garland
And
seemed a bit
Thunder
goofy.
also pulling Garland. But Asher took down Garland. Getting the ship, so we know that is not loose. And the floater!
Can I call it right now, Sonny? Can I call the one word that everyone loves?
Go for it.
Jet C confirmed.
Ooh, Garland has Toxic. We did not see that from Thunder or Asher. But Spell Zap, unfortunately, getting that Toxic. I am hoping we have the worst placed canoe in the existence of the game.
And where that place would be, Sonny, if you had to guess?
Sea Shrine.
I can do you one better, my friend. That one freaking room in Sea Shrine.
Which one?
Key locked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It depends upon when they get the key. So we get to take a look at level 2 white magic, which doesn't have very much for the white magic end, but the black
Hello,
magic end,
Nuke.
we have
Nuke?
2 nukers already.
It is safe to say that maybe the Rainbow Mage might be the best party right now.
I would have to agree on that one, especially seeing level 2 nuke. That is major.
Well, let's see what our pirate friends can give us. Something trolly or something really needed?
And Bicky gives the TNT this time around.
A typical pirate with the explosives. What else are you gonna do in the high seas?
Yeah, I did notice the vanilla fetches, but... Oh, yeah, because it can't be there. Because this is an extended open, this is just open. So, yeah. Earth 4 would be one of the worst.
That's the one when after you use the rod to break the plate open, right?
Correct.
Yeah, folks, it's been like almost half a year since I last touched this randomizer, so I still know where all the places are. Just I have not seen the new flags in such a long time.
Yeah, we are running off the beta site, which gives some very interesting variability on pretty much everything.
Meanwhile, in Elfland for Asher, let's see what he gets. Well, you got Brack strats at level 3.
Level 3 Brack is definitely nice to see, as well as Lock 2. I do believe we have the lock fixes on to where lock will always hit. So that is pretty big.
I could see a potential ruse for the knight when the pirate gets promoted at level 3.
That's very possible. Spellzap turning in the TNT and just receiving a cabin for his efforts. Talk about unfortunate.
Talk about the dwarves being a cheapskate for this one.
You know what would have been better to see from that dwarf? A house.
What? Nah, I could top that one with a tent.
Yeah. Definitely a tent. But yeah, with the canal being free since the vanilla fetch quests are enabled, that item is going to be a whammy overall. And it looks like Dingwu is about to close in on Elfland.
And if you're wondering what Dengu is running on the background for his game, it's actually I believe it's a Christmas theme one for FF1, right?
It is. Dang grabbing Brack and Lock 2. As noted, the lock fixes are on, so Lock will always hit, and Brack is just useful against Kraken and Tiamat. Ooh.
Well, speaking of gray imps, they're gonna slow you down.
Yeah, I was about to say Gramps with slow. They're just making you move really slow.
Well, Asher's about to hit the marsh. Let's see if he goes top floor, bottom floor first. Oh, and Vanilla Shadows, you cannot run.
Shadows are nasty with being unrunnable. Spellzap also in Marsh, but Asher checking the top of Marsh.
Well, it's at least a quick check to see if it's worth it or not. See an Iron Shield, which is kind of meh.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not great. Alright, Spellzap. Heading to the bottom of the marsh. Dengwu running towards the marsh. Thunder, though, has decided to take a different route and has come to Crescent Lake.
Is he going for the old men already?
since they are... Well, Spellzap has already found the canoe.
And I believe that was not the treasure before the wizards.
No. Which are lobsters. So this could be bad for Spellzap.
But a nuke will wipe them out.
Ding getting his classic Dangbat.
It's the bottle. So that opens up one more location possibly, because they have access to the airship if they reach the desert. And
Correct.
they have the canoe, of course.
And with Spellzap just blitzing for Marsh, getting that done. As well as Asher and Dangwu. Asher just picking up the canoe. Dangwu soon to follow suit. Just has to get through these werewolves. They will both be able to go unearth the airship from the Ryukon Desert.
Question is, Sonny, if you got the airship right now, where would you go next?
Cardia Isles.
Ah, the free 3 islands of treasury.
Absolutely. All right, Asher. Running into this encounter, seeing its lobsters. Gets 2 hits for 2 damage. Nuke goes out before any more lobsters can attack. So Asher is going to be through. Dang at the lobsters, losing the Black Mage. Taking quite a bit of damage. Thief's down. Red Mage is down.
I don't blame Dangwu for resetting, because that fight's gonna be an endless beat down from the lobsters to a point where he cannot recover.
Yeah, that fight is atrocious. Thunder now in Melmond, showing us level 5 Warp. Not a bad level to see Warp at.
That's not terrible. At least you have level 5 to use something in case you get lost, like, say, in Castle Ordeals.
The fun place, Castle Ordeals, another area that is incentivized in this flag set. Marsh being the easiest to access. But through Marsh, that also allows access to Ice Cave, as well as Castle Ordeals, since the canoe was also in there.
Also, I forgot to mention that Melbourne is also Zozo as well, so meaning that there is battles in the desert tiles in Melbourne.
Wow, level 5 Warp, level 5 Exit. So Warp is at its vanilla level, not in its vanilla slot, which means it is Black Mage learnable. But Exit, if I recall correctly, is promo locked for the Red Mage. So,
Well, Thunder fed the Gracious Titan, so he's gonna double check the 4 chests right here. Let's see what they have.
Spellzap is our first runner in the air at a time of 13 minutes and 35 seconds. Quad X level 7.
Big pickup for Thunder in the Titan's Cave. He actually picked up a ribbon.
That is a pretty substantial pickup.
As long as these girls don't do Trans Revolution.
That is true. He's making it out so far. Asher also going to get the airship. Spellzap getting the Oxyale from a tiny fairy. Because vanilla fetches.
And let's see what our old man Sage here is going to give us here. What are you going to give us, Sarda?
And today, Sarda has the crown.
Would you want to deal with Astils to see if you get the herb or not?
Since it's vanilla fetch quests, you would get the herb as the last item. and it would end up being the key in the end, which is required in Temple of Fiends Revisited. Spellzap getting the ruby from the Circle of Sages, as we saw Thunder obtain earlier. Level 6 Fade, did not quite see that. And it is in slot 2 of the level 6 magic, level 6 white magic specifically. So that is going to be Red Wizard learnable. So the Red Wizard will be able to have both the nuke and fade if these runners opt to promote at any given time. This would be Final Fantasy 1.
But that means also that you could have a lot of damage per round already if you have like 3 mages that can cast nuke and fade constantly.
Absolutely. Asher and Spellzap both getting the crown.
Spellzap turning into Ruby, he's gonna be surprised with this pickup right here in the Titan's Cave.
Yeah, that is what's going to matter a lot. Because picking up that ribbon grants a lot of immunities and lowers the damage from a lot of the abilities by a significant amount. Asher going ahead and doing the fetch quest, getting the crystal from Astos to then take to Matoya.
And we know that Crystal's gonna turn into the sleeping princess needs to wake up with a jolt tonic in the later translation.
Indeed. We've got Thunder sitting in Earth Cave.
Asher just got a loose tail in Matoya and a pro cape along with it.
Now that loose tail may be very, very useful here very soon.
Especially with Asher's party with the triple rainbow mage, I wouldn't blame him to promote ASAP as soon as he gets these fetch quests done.
Absolutely. I mean, then if he gets leveled high enough quick enough, he can just capitalize on Fade being at level 6 and have nukes and fades to go around. And there is the Mystic Key as the vanilla turn in from the Elven Prince.
You know what that means, folks? Hello, opening and robbery of the castle.
It's just plundering the Elfland treasury, but there is a Heal 2 shirt. So
That is one question. Who is equipable to? The white or the black mage?
we will find out. Because we don't know for sure.
For those who don't know what happened to the what is it, the white shirt and the black shirt that has the properties?
Correct.
Magic could be randomized into one of the items that can be used for instead of the usual. You could have a nuke shirt, or you could have a fate stick of some sorts, or even a heal 4 stick.
Heal 3 or Cure 4 stick.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Sorry.
It's all good.
I've been so used to like Final Fantasy 4 so much. Sorry.
Hey, it happens. Dang getting the turn in or getting the Circle of Sages.
Meanwhile, at the
And
Isle
does have the airship, so all of the runners except for Thunder are in the air.
Well, Asher's just cleaning up the Isles right now. So, oh, his white mage just went down in one hit.
That's unfortunate. Spellzap dropping some tasty nukes. Dang going into Titan's Cave, going to be rewarded with a ribbon. We've got Spell Zap returning to Canaria Castle, going to check those back 6. And Asher still just looting the Cardia Isles. Thunder going to get that Mystic Key here very shortly.
Well, all the Cardia Isles, the only thing that was good from there was the katana for the ninja. And speaking of promotions,
here it comes. Asher is going to go ahead and promote, which I think is quite a good move, considering that there are some really good spells that can be learned by the Red Wizard right now.
Yeah, with the arsenal of the Wizard House right now, this is going crazy.
Except... ah, there we go. So it's equipable by the... let me try saying that again. That is equipable by the White Mage. So the Heal 2 shirt is the white shirt.
And this is not the one that used to cast Heal 1, if I'm not Heal 1, Invis 2?
There you go. Yes, it does say FF4 weekly.
Meanwhile, I believe... Oh, Life
Spellzap
2 at
found
level
Mosmune.
7.
Spellzap found the Mosmune. That is big. Because that was in Temple of Fiends locked. And a knight wielding a Mazo, or even a fighter wielding a Mosmune, can output so much damage in so little time.
Yes, it can, and it's the strongest sword in the game. Of the entire game. So, having a Mosmune this early and not dipping any of the 4 elemental bosses, you can say it could be short work.
Though with Asher also having that katana that's unfortunately of no use whatsoever. It's a little unfortunate.
Only
Thunder...
if Ash... If Thunder's going for the backside of Elf Castle, I presume, right?
Yeah. Are we going to have a Fiend Dive soon from one of these runners? Oh, there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 staff.
And here's the funny part. Level 6 Temper. So everything is in Asher's favor right now to obliterate the seed.
I had to stop and blink for a second because on Dangwoo's screen, you saw him come out of the caravan, but everything around the caravan, including itself, looked the same. But that is the Adamant as the shop item for right about 20k. And since this is vanilla fetch quests, unfortunately, all that's going to do is forge the Excalibur.
But unfortunately, since if they went through the Temple of Fiends locked and got the Mazda, the Excalibur is gonna be stuck there.
Absolutely. Thunder sitting in Northwest Castle doing a Manticore grind. Gonna get some levels early on and make some nice use of them.
Yeah, but the Manticores have stun touch, so it's at least amount worth.
Yeah, fortunately there's not much to worry about.
Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Poison stone.
No, stone poison. Okay, now there's a lot to worry about.
And I believe the words of Thunder saying, "Run!"
Thunder, you're in an interesting spot here. And unfortunately, Thunder is not going to make it out of that Manticore grind. Spell Zap heading towards Waterfall Cave. Dingwoo inside Waterfall Cave. And this Waterfall Cave, you might look at it and go, hey, this isn't the Waterfall Cave I know and love. Well, you're right. It's not. This is the procedurally generated Waterfall Cave.
Meaning the map of the water cave you love and known before is randomized completely.
Indeed. Something that's fun about this map is it can wrap horizontally with relative ease, just due to how it can be generated.
Well, this is annoying. You can't run from perilous.
It could also loop vertically, but that would require some really evil generation. But Dingwoo finds the end of it. Now the question is, will Dingwoo be able to find his way back to the stairs? Mud Golems have hold, and they deal quite a bit of damage when they hit. And unfortunately, he hasn't found any good armor yet.
And the worst thing is right now. Did I just see rare iron goals on Spellzap's screen?
You did. And Dingwoo's at them.
Wait a minute, was that a trap tile for iron
That
goals?
is a trap tile of iron golems.
Well, you know what that means, Sonny? The grind dream is real. Oh, and the robot had the loot. That
The robot
was
was just the robot was just trying to play us some beautiful music. We stole its instrument.
Okay, now I have to ask you the question right now, Sonny. Would you grind these before you head to TOFR?
Depending upon how many key items I have, since the experience buff does happen after a set amount of key items, I would go ahead and grind them. But
Plus,
it also depends upon if I have any warp charges as well. So maybe take one or two fights at most, and then just warp out.
well, it doesn't seem the Iron Ghost has anything right now. Like no dangerous stuff is equipped on him. So I could see a potential maybe like 5 to 6 fights, then warp out and save and do it all over again. Or
I wouldn't
spoke
go do
too
it again.
soon. I spoke too soon. They have, I think one of them had Death Touch.
They do hit very hard, so if somebody gets punched really hard, then they're just unfortunately going to be knocked out. It'll be lights out. But Spellzap gonna go ahead and head towards Castle Ordeals. Asher finding the Mosmune and Temple of Fiends locked. Thunder finally getting the canoe. Good on you, Thunder. You'll be able to get up in the air.
He should be able to survive enough against the lobsters anyway. There's only 4 of them. Well, let's see what. Well, we got Asher heading for the Dwarf Treasury of Doom, while Spellzap's dealing the Ordeals maze.
Spellzap running through Castle Ordeals. Dingwoo heading back to Waterfall Cave. Hopefully things will go much better for him this time around.
Is Asher heading to I'm gonna might call maybe for sea shrine shenanigans. No, he's going straight for the caravan.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the caravan, get that adamant, and then I don't know what he's gonna do from there. He might forge the X-Cal. He may be going to ordeals as well.
Well, let's see if ordeals is necessary though, because we don't know what's in that key item chest, which is it was
The
necessary.
Earth
It's the
Rod.
rod. So, Earth Cave is open.
And I believe there are only 2 items left that are needed. That would be the slab to get either the chime or the cube, which it should be the chime since it's vanilla fetch quest, and then obtaining the cube.
Oh yeah, I need to check if it. Wait a minute. Do we have Warmech patrolling, or he's the one required to get through?
Unfortunately, Warmech is patrolling.
So for those who love the Bridge of Destiny, there is no Warmech unless somehow you get into a real random encounter for it. But I doubt it though.
Yeah, with Warmech patrolling, he'll only show up in the maze section of the floating fortress. Alright, Dingwu, going up against the Iron Golem again.
He lost his Black Mage.
But he does have the fighter at 247 HP. Unfortunately, out of nuke charges, doesn't get the kill.
Sounds like Dengwu wants to grind so bad on the golems.
Dingwu wouldn't be safe grinding on the golems.
Yeah, even with the rub, it's not gonna be that good.
No, it's all about the nuke charges. But instead, he just waits for the robot to move to in front of the door, and he's gonna hightail it out of there.
Which is a smart move, anyways, because there's no way he can take the golems right now until he gets either promoted or needs more levels.
Yeah, he's gonna skip the golems entirely.
Well, speaking of the zombie detail, it's actually mages and fighters.
You know, it's not a bad zombie detail. And now the fun thing to do in Ice Cave, just warp back up to the floater chest. That has the slab.
And the trap tile for the bomb floor is Catman.
With Stinger, so if you are a fan of the poison sound effect, well, you might get to hear it. Dingwu able to buy the adamant. I'm gonna buy a few cabins as well. Unfortunately, somebody decided to cure their poison. Ooh, an ice armor. That's a good find for Spellzap because the ice armor is one of the best armors for the ninja. The other being the flame armor, and having the shield of the opposite element reduces the damage from fire and ice by quite a bit.
Yep.
Dingwu taking out Astos, gonna get that crystal eye and be home free on that one.
Ooh, and Spelltap's bringing to race that are unrunnable, but a nuke will shut them down.
Absolutely.
Well, 6 chests here. Let's see what the trap tile will be. Well, that's kind of anticlimactic. on being inside the ice cave.
Yeah, that's a trap tile that you look at it and you're like, eh. Dingwu has forged the Excalibur, though. So we at least get to see one Excal. We know it's listed as FF4 Rando Weekly. We've been working on trying to fix it.
Well, last 3 treasures. What's gonna be here? Gold, a wood helmet, and a second ribbon.
There's the second
Whoa.
ribbon.
I say Spellstaff's in the driver's seat with armor.
Absolutely. Also, we're getting some of that glorious poison sound effect coming from Spell Zap. Dingwu looting the Cardia Treasury, getting the 1, 2, 3 staff, or as some of you may know it as the Power Staff.
Well, 3 treasures in the locked Northwest Castle, which has a pro ring.
Not a bad find, as well as a Zombull and Troll Isle.
If only that was way earlier in play. Well, we got the Manticore issues.
Yep, the Manticore tile has been pulled, so there might be a little bit of grinding done here. There might not be. The world will never know.
And I believe Spells has to go get his legendary Excalibur, and then he's gonna go down straight to the big Dwarven Treasury.
So getting the cabin from the dwarf, gonna loot that treasury, get another ribbon, as well as the Vorpal. And I think the rub sword was here, or was that elsewhere? I don't remember.
It was elsewhere, and I remember that was supposed to be the defense sword.
Yes. So with the slab at the ready, Spellzap's gonna go get that translated. Thank you, Gloomchew. That's right, Rub Sword was Waterfall. Next to the Arub Axe. Dingwu has promoted, so everybody on stream has promoted. Gonna see lots of magics available.
Meanwhile, Asher's rebuilding his defensive archives, defensive inventories to see what's going to be necessary to survive.
And it looks like Thunder is giving Sea Shrine a dive.
Is he going Mermaid side, or is he going to go to Mr. Oh, he's going Kraken side first.
He's going for a good plan to go take out Kraken.
Well, might as well queue up Kraken Honda 1 coming up soon.
Yep. There's only one problem with the statement you made, Crab Cakes. The rod has already been found in Castle Ordeals. So, if the cube is in here, then that would be nice.
Well, Thunder is actually treasure diving on the left side. Let's see what it is. Some gold, a silver gauntlet, which is not that bad. And of course, vanilla. The vanilla unrunnables.
Spell Zap. Gonna go out on a limb and hope that the cube is in Mirage Tower. If so, then that'll put Spell Zap into go mode. I did notice that the ghosts had poison.
Is it
Not a
stone
fun
poison?
thing to see.
Which kind of poison, though?
From the looks of it, I would assume damage poison.
Meanwhile, Asher's gonna get translated to the Lefane language, and there's another pro ring for Thundercloud.
Yeah, Thunder getting a second pro ring is nice, but what we really want to see right now is the cube be down here, or even in one of the other dungeons. Spell Zap giving us the last check in Mirage Tower, and there is no cube in Mirage Tower. Thunder running into a Badman tile, and Badmen, they're just shining bright lights at us. You know, they're just screaming at us to wake up, and then blinding us because we're waking up.
Ooh, I think Thunder is on the right. Wait, is this right? Oh, jeez.
No,
Okay, that's
Thunder is
Fortress
still on
Center.
the way to Kraken. Time to see if there's anything in the Sharknado room. 1 sentry on the trap tile. And a fire shirt.
That's a fire black shirt, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's the black shirt. Because we know the Heal 2 shirt is the white shirt. Alright, Spell Zap has moved into the volcano. Thunder still running around in the Sea Shrine.
Ooh,
And Dangwu just entering Ice Cave.
I think I missed spells out going through the treasury.
Nothing great yet for Spell Zap in Volcano. But there's the loose cube. First bottom left chest of Volcano Armory. With that, Spell Zap is going to be in go mode. Oh, finding the opal bracelet as well. That is a really nice find.
Well, that says I am not gonna die that easily, so let's just go straight to carry, skip every treasure chest, and just swing.
So with Spell Zap being in go mode, this is definitely his for the taking, but we have Thunder nearing one of our absolute favorite bosses. One of the most loved bosses, if you will. He's heading to our good friend, the Kraken. Asher visiting Waterfall right now, getting that rub sword and an A-rub axe, and then obtaining the loot. Spell Zap rushing down to the bottom of the volcano, getting stopped by an Agama, and Thunder has pulled Kraken. Gonna open up with the rub sword, trying to decide between Viz 2. But instead, starts casting Invis. Brat goes out onto Kraken, ineffective, while going out onto the Knight. So the Knight is protected, fast going out. More Invis, and another Brack. X-Cal swing, 2 hits, 5 damage. Really low damage. Switching over to the Brack strats. Running Invises. Spell Zap about to pull Carry. Should have a pretty easy fight overall.
Well, against Carrie, he is dead. And Kraken Han is still living. Rub Sword going off. Nope. Brock will work. Yep. Brock.
There's the broken into pieces. Dingwu working on Ice Cave, while Asher has dove into the sea as well. Thunder making a gamble by not checking right side, but we know here in the booth that's a gamble that's a good one to make.
But there could be that small possibility that the third ribbon could be hiding in that mermaid treasure load.
With 2 ribbons and wall, the third ribbon isn't really necessary.
Fair point.
Spell Zap heading up Mirage Tower.
I'm wondering what will be that trap tile of the before using the cube to go to the tower.
It's a good question. What will we see here on the Blue Dragon trap tile?
Well, that was a sad tile. It's the sorcerers.
Easy tile is easy. Thunder does have the X-Cal now. So we'll be in a pretty good spot overall with weaponry. Asher working on getting through the Sea Shrine. Unfortunately, checking all the left side, which won't yield too terribly much. It's just... So, with that question, Hawksnorf, it's just... We have custom ROMs that some of us like to use, and those are the ROMs we use whenever we generate the Final Fantasy Randomizer seeds. Some people prefer to still use the vanilla ROM, which is perfectly fine as well. The vanilla ROM is quite nice on the sprite work anyway.
Yeah, I love the old school vanilla ROM anyways, because it still brings memories to my heart. Speaking of Bridge of Destiny, Spellzap's on his way to Tiamat.
Yes, we shall soon see what the Queen of Dragons holds for us. And really, I mean, holds for the runners. But Spellzap hitting level 21. Making strides through the levels. Tiamat has been pulled. Opening up with Fast and Brack. 4 hits for 187. Really nice. Brack going out ineffective. Fast going out onto the Knight. Doubling the hits. Damage Poison going out. With those damage rolls, yeah, I'd have to say that Spellzap does have all 3 ribbons. And with that swing of the Mazmune, Tiamat goes down.
And I believe Spellzap is going to go straight to, I believe, Earth Cave is next for him?
I wouldn't be surprised if Spellzap actually stops here at Sea Shrine first to get rid of Kraken, since Spellzap is in the neighborhood.
That's true. In Kraken Honda, it seems... Yep, Spellzap is heading straight to the King of the Seas. Kraken!
Thunder gonna check the back of Canaria. Gonna find that Heal 2 shirt and some other goodies. But unfortunately, not gonna find that cube. Asher did find a zap stick, but has yet to find the rod, it looks like. So spell zap in the sea. Asher staring at the orb that holds Kraken right in the eye and says, Kraken, I challenge you. And start swinging.
You know what? That Kraken looks like so Christmas style right now.
It kind of does. We have the Christmas Kraken on screen, and now we don't have the Christmas Kraken on screen.
It's official. Christmas is ruined by Asher. Just kidding, man.
I like that. That one was solid.
Well, speaking of translations, and Thunder doing the awesome job of running away from a Tyro.
Running away from Tyros. The greatest pastime. Dingwu finding the cube. And then finding a Chimera.
Yeah, and he's on the verge of finding that opal bracelet that's lying in the top right corner.
Yeah, the question is, will he pick up the opal bracelet? And that answer is a yes. He's not going to skip these chests.
Meanwhile, Thunder is going through an ordeal maze.
We do have a question in chat. What Christmas Kraken? You know, that one that didn't exist.
Yeah. And it was killed by the Grinch, Asher, in record time.
So Thunder is inside of ordeals. We've got Spell Zap pulling Kraken right now. Gonna make quick work of Kraken overall. Because this Kraken, not that strong. 6 hits for 482. That, and then a nuke for 116. Yeah, that's Kraken for you. Asher Wells in the right neighborhood to find that warp cube.
But here's also another question. How long will it take Spells Up to kill both Vampire and Lich? Since we know that Earth might be, somewhat easy, but what could possibly happen? Because we haven't seen anything more dangerous than earlier.
Yeah, we haven't really seen anything super dangerous so far. I mean, there was stone poison early. A few things that weren't the greatest to see, but it is going to come down to unrunnable overall.
But all four runners have the best. And I just saw a lock stick from Dingwu.
Yep.
But there is one great tile they can grind before they cut it to Topher, which is, we know it's in the waterfall, which is all iron golems.
Yeah, but that one thing I will be honest about with that tile is it is out of the way. So the only time I would grind it is whenever I'm in waterfall. Because then I can just grind up, and then after I'm done, I can warp out. And I don't need to go back.
Fair enough.
Question in chat from Hawksnorf. What does swapping weapons within the same member do? It rearranges their weapon list, so that way, if there is an item that has magic on it, such as the lock staff, it's the first item in the list, and it can be used within the item menu to cast the lock spell.
Basically, saving them from wasting time in the menu screen to cast the actual item.
But we've got Dingwu heading towards Carrie, Asher at Carrie, and there goes Carrie.
Well, incoming vampire less than 1 second, but it's gonna be wiped to dust.
What? There's a vampire? I didn't see one.
Well, it's just been wiped to dust as usual, like every Dracula in Castlevania.
I mean, I didn't even see that. I just saw a cloud.
Oh, about the Black Belt and Masters, glitching issue, you know, the bug. We actually fixed that in Randomizer already. If I remember, it's a 3 or 4 for the Black Belt to gain the stats for magic defense, and it's like what, 2 to 3 for the Master, or is it? Or I'm thinking of something else.
It's 4 for the black belt, and I don't remember on the master, to be completely honest, because the black belt's the only one I really pay attention to. But in any case, Spell Zap is getting places quickly, like almost to Lich, and Dangwu is just taking on Carrie right now. And Spell Zap has pulled Lich. Disrespect is done. Lich won. You've been disrespected.
Well, you know what that means. Topher is open for business.
That's right. We are going to have our first runner heading in Topher at the sub 1 hour mark. First off, got to resurrect that ninja. Because, you know, the ninja's going to at least do something. But when I say do something, I mean it's probably going to lay on the ground.
No, but does the ninja have a, whatchamacallit, the mighty katana? Because that's his best weapon before the Masa.
Considering that Spellzap had the ninja dead for quite some time, I'm unsure. Spellzap probably did keep the katana, and considering the katana does have a pretty good crit rate and it does deal a ton of damage anyway, wouldn't surprise me if Spellzap did keep the katana.
And we have hello, Temple of Fiends Revisited
at 5803, I believe.
Yes, indeedy. And of course, words are the first ones to encounter, which is they seem a little beefy today.
Yeah, they're taking a few hits, but we have another Tiamat pulled from Asher. That 4 hits like for 124.
That looks like completely Grinch Tiamat. I'm not gonna lie.
And she's been playing around in Toxic Waste a bit, but you know, she didn't take much damage.
Well, incoming Phantom Tile, which is Mud Goals and Sorcerers. Easy to run.
Very easy tile to run from, and with that, Spellzap is going to be heading into the back of Topher relatively quickly. I'm going to be on his way to finishing this seed. Dingwu running around in Castle Ordeals, and Thunder fighting Peds.
I believe Thunder's in Earth. No, he's in Volcano, isn't he?
Correct. Oh, got a Pede encounter right before the box. That's unfortunate. But Thunder is about to get that cube and be in go mode as well. But Asher
Meanwhile,
is just blazing through Earth Cave, and Spellzap flying through Topher right now as well.
well, here comes the incoming bus. And hello, Germadusa. We don't need grind today.
As well as Mud Golems. All right. Thunder running through the volcano. Dangwoo
Well,
about to get the rod from Castle Ordeals. Spellzap fighting Lich 2.
Lich 2 is fighting back. He's spraying Lich 3 right now, but Nuke says, I'll just burn you to crisp.
This is a flag set that was, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Leggy, who's our restreamer and has been doing a fantastic job, but this is a flag set that is being showcased for our spring tournament that'll be coming up here in a few months. One of the many flag sets that we've actually had showcased because we're working on deciding what flag sets we want to run.
Well, Carry 2 pulling up for Spellzap. Let's see how mean or easy it should be for Carry 2.
5 hits for 275 from the fighter. A nuke for 314. Carry 2 goes down for Spellzap. Making life easy.
But here's the real question. Kraken Honda 2 has been the gatekeeper before. Is he gonna be super mean today?
That is a very good question. We will have to wait and see if Kraken 2 is going to be a gatekeeper, if Tia 2 is going to be a gatekeeper, or if Chaos himself will be a gatekeeper.
We have not seen Kier 4 from any of the fiends yet.
We have not.
Which
Nukes
kind of-
going out. Fast going out onto the Knight. Another nuke coming out from damage. 314 damage. Nuke coming out from Kraken. Taking down the Red Wizard and the Black Wizard.
This is gonna be troublesome right now for Spellzap. He doesn't have a healer. And he only has his highest damage deal. Oh no. Is Spellzap gonna solo knight the entire thing now to Tiamat? Nope. It's gonna be Ripperoni.
Unfortunately, Spellzap does fall at Tiamat's floor.
Well, it was kind of heartbreaking because during the Kraken Honda fight, he did lose both his mages that could possibly save the whole enchilada at that rate. But Kraken 2 decided to say, no, I'm gonna nuke your field and your mages are good. You're gonna take your mages with me.
Absolutely. And you hate to see it, but Kraken 2 definitely can be a gatekeeper. Kraken 2 is very evil at times. But Asher has all 4 orbs lit, disrespected Lich, and is about to head into Topher. While Dangwoo just enters Go mode and is stopping at Mirage Tower and Flying Fortress. Spellzap running down the second floor, back onto the first floor of Temple of Fiends Revisited, while Asher up at the top floor, getting ready to play the loot, getting ready to take on that Phantom Tile, run away from it, have fun, you know, all the normal stuff.
Meanwhile, Spellzap is about to re-pull Lich 2 once again because of his fall earlier.
Absolutely.
But man, these Germaduses does not want to let go.
Yeah, Germaduses haven't been too terribly kind overall.
Asher's also about to pull up Lich 2 as well. Meanwhile, Thundercloud is going straight to the Ordeals maze. Not Ordeals, sorry.
The Sky
Sabrov's Tower.
Maze.
Yeah. God dang it.
It happens. Dingwu also ascending into the Flying Fortress. Spell Zap. Pull him Lich 2 again. We know Lich 2 isn't anything super special. It's going to go down with relative ease.
Meanwhile, Asher just ran into unrunnable Earths.
That's unfortunate. Lich 2 goes down.
Incoming carry 2 for Spell Zap.
And we should be seeing Lich 2 relatively soon from Asher.
But Asher's been getting these unrunnable Earths back to back right now.
Spell Zap about to pull carry 2 again, healing up just a bit before getting going on this.
Thunderclaw's pulling up Tiamat 1 right now, so this should be no problem.
Carry 2 taking a lot of damage from the nuke and then getting killed by the ninja.
Well, here comes, Mr. Kraken 2 with nuke at the first spell, so and according to Kraken, it was first turn nuke as well.
Yep, gotta hope for no spell on the first turn. Asher, though, taking out Lich 2. All right, fast going out onto the knight while 2 nukes get queued up. Oh, high roll, low red mage. Or the red wizard, I'm sorry. The red wizard does survive turn 1. Stop going out, missing both the knight and the red wizard.
That was a low roll on that Masamune swing.
That was only 1 hit, but we do have a Warmech pulled by Dangwu.
Okay, let's see what Warbeck has, because we did not see any of his spells earlier.
All right, Warmech, 2 hits for 234 right onto the ninja. Fighter swinging 8 hits, dealing quite a bit of damage.
Wait a minute, does the Red Wizard have life too, or no?
I do not think so, but Asher has entered Kraken 2. So you get to see Christmas Kraken again.
And I just saw Blaze and Nuke. Okay, Warbeck has lit too. Okay.
But Warmech goes down for Dangwu, and Dangwu getting a bunch of EXP from that mech. Killing mech for the fans. And Spell Zap
no.
fighting Tiamat 2. 3 hits for 236 damage. That's a lot of damage coming out from her. 10 hits for 32 damage. Fortunately, she's not going down. Not from the Maza. 10 hits for 462. There was a crit in there. She did go down from the Maza. Tiamat 2 is down. All that stands between Spell Zap and victory is Chaos himself. Now, we have seen Nuke. We haven't seen any nuclears yet.
And we have
But-
not seen a single Cure 4.
But first, an unrunnable pack of vampires and wizard vampire.
This should be paper mache for Spells App.
Unfortunately, Asher did not make it through and had to reset back into Topher. Spells app entering the lair of chaos, walks up to Garland before turning into chaos and says, I should probably heal up first.
Well, Crowdcake does make a good point as well. She said, Slow 2 and Cure 4 has not been shown yet.
They have not, so there is a chance that they could be on this chaos. But chaos has been pulled. Queuing up Ruse onto the red mage. Knight attacks 5 hits for about 130 damage. Fast going out onto the knight. The knight going to swing again. 8 hits, 232. Lit 2 coming out again from chaos, dealing basically no damage at all. Ruse going out again. 92 damage onto the knight from chaos with 1 hit. 8 hits, 292 damage coming from the knight. More Lit 2 coming out from chaos. 9 hits, 291 damage. Another Ruse going out. Fast going out onto the red wizard. Fast going onto chaos as well. Knight swings 10 hits, 163 damage with 1 crit in there. Chaos' spell list has been absolutely meaningless. 5 hits, 5 damage. Nuke coming out. Wiping spells app against chaos.
Spells Up. I felt so bad.
That one hurt to see.
And I believe the red mage had only Vorpal to swing.
Correct. The red mage did only have the Vorpal to swing.
Oh,
So Spells App was relying on crits the whole way.
But you know what that means? It's just giving Asher possibly a lead to get to chaos.
But Thunder also just lit his last orb, and Thunder is about to head into Topher.
Well, Spelltap is gonna grind on those iron goals. I can't blame him for this one at this rate.
All right. Thunder actually going to check locked Topher.
The Masa is waiting for him.
There's the Zap Staff, which means the next room holds the Mosmian. Asher going back in. Thunder about to pick up the Mosmune. Spell Zap grinding away on these iron golems.
And iron golems have stun touch. Okay, so that's not terrible.
Oh no, that's perfectly fine. That's manageable. Asher re-entering Topher. Spell Zap exiting out, equipping that ribbon, resting up with that last house, and heading into Topher at the 1 hour, 13 minute, 47 second mark. We got a race right now. Unfortunately, getting ambushed by Frost Giants and Frost Wolves.
And Frost Giants have hold, so that means Paralysis is on the board. Also Sleep from the Wolves.
And then Slow from the Giants, because they're telling you to chill out. Spell Zap grinding on more of the iron. Dingwu getting through Sea Shrine. Thunder making it to the beautiful, beautiful Phantom Tile. And it looks like Asher's grinding out some of the green Ds.
Which is not a bad call, to be honest.
Good for EXP. Getting life 2 charges. Alright, spells that back into the Waterfall Cavern.
Yep, it's gonna be grind number 200 something right now on these iron goals.
Yep, and Asher's still grinding away on some green dragons. Dang. Working on running to Kraken right now.
Also, Thunderclaw is about to pull Lich 2 right now.
Yes, Thunder in the room for Lich 2.
Meanwhile, Dengu is pulling Kraken Honda 1.
And we know that Kraken 1 was a huge pushover. Unless you were Thunder.
Unless you want to deal with Kraken Honda 2, oh boy.
Alright. Thunder at Lich 2. 4 hits from the Knight for 294 damage. Ice 2 coming out from Lich 2. Fade coming out dealing 160. 3 hits for 94 from the Red Wizard. Lit 3 coming out, killing the Red Wizard. But 8 hits for 663 will take down Lich 2 for Thunder. And Thunder does have life 2 charges. So that's going to make Topher a lot easier.
But don't forget, the 2 gatekeepers, Kraken 2 and Chaos, are not easy for this seed.
If they're able to get damage out quick enough against Chaos, Chaos will be no problem.
Yeah, because it was casting a lot of Lit 2s before that nuke came out.
Indeed. Tia 2 was close to a gatekeeper, but I can't quite call her a gatekeeper.
Yeah, considering her health was pretty much lower than usual, so I could say maybe a semi-gatekeeper at best.
Yeah, she's really close to being a gatekeeper. Thunder onto Kraken's floor.
Well, Kraken Honda 2 is waiting for that nuke to eat some mages up.
Absolutely, and needing a high roll nuke to one-shot these water elementals.
Meanwhile, Spellzap's probably about to hit level 28/29 soon.
Absolutely, but for now, we have Thunder versus Kraken.
Oh, he's about to hit a rude awakening soon.
There is the nuke, and everybody survives.
Which is good, so that is a good sign for Thunder. That means he realizes he needs to out damage right now.
I am speechless right now. What even were those nuke rolls? I don't normally ask this, but can somebody clip those nuke rolls, please? Because those nuke rolls were incredibly nice. I'm just in awe from those nuke rolls. Kraken definitely scary because of that opening nuke. But Thunder just shrugged it off like it was nothing.
But now he has to deal with the waters now before he hits the Tiamat floor.
That is true. But Thunder is in extremely good shape right now, unless Tia does decide to do what Kraken normally does and start back rowing the mages, as pointed out in chat by our good friend Crab Cakes. All right.
Oh.
Thunder healing up, walking into the tile, fighting Tiamat 2. Fast and Ruse coming out. Ink is the first thing used by Tia 2. Definitely a nice first turn, a free first turn, if you will.
And plus, landing Dark on the mages doesn't do much because they're going to be spamming spells anyway.
Absolutely. And with Ruse on the Knight, that's a good amount of absorb coming up. Or not absorb, evade coming up. Wrong term. I knew where my brain was, not where my mouth was. Dingwu about to enter Topher. Fades and nukes coming out from Thunder, as well as attacks coming out from that Knight. Last fade, last nukes. Let's go. 119 damage. Tiamat 2 goes down. This is a really good position for Thunder to be in.
Yeah, Thunder is in shape, but Rock Ghosts are in his way right now, so he's going to decide to run, and he gets away from it. And oh no! Windspams and, of course, the vampires are like, nope, we're going to stop you, Twilight Party.
So with Thunder going into Chaos, this actually does give him a very good chance to come in first overall.
And no one has crossed the finish line yet, even from the off-streamers.
Exactly. All right.
Well, we love him and we hate him, and he has a ton of the twos before that nuke comes out. Here comes Mighty Chaos.
All right. Welcome to Chaos. Ruses going out everywhere. Temper going on to the Knight. Thunder is going to have to move fast against this Chaos.
Because we know Chaos is a ticking time bomb for nuke.
Wall going out onto the Red Mage. The last Temper charge going out. Tornado coming out, killing the Black Wizard. And deciding to start swinging all out with the Knight. 5 hits for 265. Lit 2 coming out again. Fast coming out and Viz coming out. And now the heal 3s begin. More Lit 2s coming out. Asher on Tia 2. Not too terribly far behind. Spell Zap back into Topher. 9 hits for 9 damage coming out from that Knight. Unfortunately, not that great of damage. More business coming out onto the Knight. 8 hits, 277. Lock 2 coming out on Chaos. Always it's going to be guaranteed to hit just due to the lock and lock 2 fixes being on. There is fast from Chaos, but 9 hits from the Knight, 288 damage. Nuke is coming up.
And I believe it's about to explode soon.
10 hits, 176. There's ink. So Nuke has been delayed by a turn. Tiamat 2 goes down for Asher. Heal 2 shirt strats coming out. 4 hits, 59 damage. There is Nuke. And the White Wizard survives. 10 hits for 208 damage. Thunder still has a source of healing. And Asher about to join Thunder in the Chaos fight. 10 hits, 296 damage. Blizzard comes out, just dealing chip damage. Fire 3 comes out, more chip damage. Another Mazza swing, 10 hits, 296 damage. Heal 2 shirt, just to squeeze out that little bit of healing. That way he can survive. Chaos melees but misses. 10 hits for 296. More heal 2 shirt coming out. Spell Zap entering Kraken's floor, going through it, no problem. Dangwoo taking down Lich. Asher also on Chaos, getting set up, has the Knight set up in the spot for the crit loop if things do go awry. 9 hits for 14 damage on Thunder's Chaos. Heal 2 shirt strats coming out still. Zap coming out, not doing much of anything. 10 hits for 233 this time on Thunder's Chaos.
How beefy is this Chaos?
Fairly beefy by the looks of it. But Asher, out of tempers, down to nukes, 9 hits, 75 damage, 10 hits for 167 on Thunder's Chaos. Spell Zap, getting through Kraken, hot knife through butter. Not a problem at all. 10 hits for 149 damage. Chaos is still alive, but probably hanging by a thread. More Lit 2 coming out. 10 hits, 19 damage. This is so close right now.
Well, Chaos is going back to the
10
script,
hits.
so
10 hits, 289. Chaos is still standing. 10 hits, 225. Terminated. Thunderclawed finishes in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 26 minutes, 36 seconds.
GG to Thunderclaw. What a fight.
Get your GGs out for Thunder. Spell Zap, unfortunately, getting backlined by literally everything there. We've got Asher still going up against Chaos. 10 hits for 673.
And Asher's relying on the good old heal pot strats.
All right, Fast going out onto the Red Wizard. Nuke for 152. Fast goes out, a swing, 10 hits, 34 damage. Ink comes out. Nothing is going to happen with that. Fire 2 comes out, 19 damage. Ruse coming out. Mazza swing, 10 hits, 128. A melee coming out onto Chaos. Another melee coming out from Chaos. 10 hits, 101 damage coming from the Knight. Fire 2, 30 damage. Chaos goes down to a Fire 2 for chunk damage.
And of course, with the official SRL time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 1 second, GG to Asher with that crazy Fire 2 finisher.
We've got Spell Zap on Chaos.
Well, it's crit loop versus nothing at all.
Crit loop versus a nuke for 199 damage. Oh, nope. Crit loop's been broken.
Did we just lose Dangwoo?
I do believe we've lost Dangwoo for right now, but I know we're working on getting him back. 5 hits for 141 damage on Chaos from the Knight. 5 hits for 107. So with that, we know Spell Zap is most definitely in a crit loop. And Spell Zap's Chaos has not punched at all. Oh, there's a punch. But it missed.
A punch and a miss. 206. Rub denied.
5 hits for 144 from the Knight. More attacks coming out. 5 hits, 167, another crit. This is looking really good for Spell Zap right now. 4 hits for 4 damage. 5 hits for 96. A blizzard coming out, dealing chip damage onto the knight. But that knight is starting to look a little low on HP, sitting at 159. The spell list has looped back to the start, so Nuke is going to be on its way relatively soon. It comes up right after Fast. So Spellzap needs crits, and he needs them now. 5 hits for 116. That is a crit. Nuke is the next spell on the list. 5 hits for 150. Is Spellzap going to be able to finish this chaos? 4 hits for 131. And there's the nuke.
Oh, Spellzap was so close.
But we see that Dangwoo, after having some slight difficulties on the technical end, is at chaos, or the Grinch in this case.
Which is seemingly appropriate.
And I gotta admit, I like that sprite.
Meanwhile, Spellzap is going straight back into it.
We got Nuke coming out from Black Mage, and not a lot of damage coming out from that Knight.
Speaking of being joined, we got Asher and Thunder in the booth right now. GG's to you.
Hey, thanks. GG to you guys.
All right, Thunder, I got to start with you.
Okay.
So, you had the floater and the ship off the start.
Uh-huh.
You went everywhere except for Marsh.
Yeah.
How mad were you when you got that canoe?
Well, I wasn't mad. I felt slightly behind, not crazy behind, because the checks I did, at least were checks that needed to be done eventually. But the shipping around did take some time, so I knew I was a little bit behind, which is why immediately I exited out of Marsh Cave instead of finishing checking all of the bottom chests. I was kind of hoping along that time. I was like, well, I got this loose item, and I know the ship and canoe and the floater are found, so maybe I'll come across just 2 that I need, 2 loose, not all 3. And then finally I found everything and needed the cube when I did all the incentive checks, and I was like, crud. But luckily, after I did all incentive checks, I ended up picking the right place to find a cube right away.
Yeah, finding that cube in Volcano was extremely helpful.
Especially since I orphaned a lot of boxes in my places after finding the canoe, instead of just full clearing everything.
Absolutely, but it was a gamble that paid off for you.
Yeah, and then finding the ribbon massa in top of Temple of Fiends was pretty nice, because the only reason I was opening boxes the rest of the seed after getting the cube was like, well, I have 1 ribbon and decent offense, but not great. So I wouldn't mind finding another ribbon at the very least, and then when I found that, I was just golden that they were side by side.
You could say it was the holy grail of pickups.
Absolutely.
It really was, and I was wondering who else would be checking top right of Temple of Fiends locked. It's a smart check with trap tiles, improved trap treasure tile on
Right.
and everything, but that was just like, I really needed Mazza today.
I had the Vorpal from, I think, the Dwarf Cave, and I also had the Excal because I did buy the Adamant and turn it in. But I didn't want to rely on both those swords if I could find a Massa while checking better trap treasures. It happened to work out.
That it did. I mean, the better trap treasure definitely ended up working out well for you guys overall. Spellzap did find all 3 ribbons. I
I think
don't
I had
know.
2.
I don't know if you had all 3 ribbons, Asher.
I got all 3. I couldn't
Okay.
tell you right now where they're from because I feel like I'm still fighting chaos, but
Oh my gosh, that
I
chaos
found all
fight was so long.
Yeah, about that. You know, garbage spells and then suddenly nuke.
Yeah, that was pretty nice to see in the Black Magic shop for sure. And then whenever I found that Invis and Ruse were also night learnable, I was like, okay, this is very doable.
Asher, I have to ask you this. How did it feel casting Fire 2 to kill Chaos?
It felt like my Black Mage was slacking off there after he ran out of temper charges, so just showing up late to get credit for the project. But no, it was good. It was just like, okay, it has to be now. It has to be now. Chaos cast fast. The next time I get swung at, I can't afford to start casting Ruse on my knight, because who knows what else is coming. So I was just glad to finish. I had just seen Thunder Dot done, so I was like, okay, this is possible, but I'm out of nukes, I'm out of temper. What now?
Yeah, I only happened to get one temper out before my Black Mage died to Tornado, I think it was. So I was swinging for like maybe 150, 200 damage if I got some crits the whole fight. It took so long.
Yeah, your Black Wizard did end up dying to Tornado at the start of the fight. It was a bit of a heartbreaker to see overall.
It was. It had me slightly worried whenever I saw I wasn't hitting very strong, but at the same time, I knew I had longevity with the White Mage having the heal 2 shirt. Then I saw the nuke, I was like, well, hopefully I can heal this damage back up by the time that comes around again. And Chaos just didn't seem to want to punch me at all. I don't think he punched my characters once. He just skill, spell the whole time.
He did punch a couple times, but they were negligible because they missed.
Yeah. I did feel pretty solid going into Topher with my support magic being strong, though, so I wasn't worried about wiping unless, like, Tornado Nuclear back-to-back happened or something crazy.
Yeah, because, I mean, overall, the most surprising thing, or at least what I feel the most surprising thing was on this Topher was you get to Kraken, you're like, all right, Kraken's probably going to punch me really hard. Nuke!
Yeah, and then when he did punch, he didn't actually punch hard at all. I think I only had like 1 or 2 invis charges on my knight, and he hit my knight for like 52 damage or something. I don't know, it was crazy low.
Yeah. Don't tell that to my Red Wizard. He got hit for like 600.
Yeah, your Red Wizard, just Kraken looked at it and said, nah, lights out.
I did have
I hated going 3-man the whole game and then grinding up my White Mage to get 1 life 2 charge, but that saved the run.
Yeah, I ended up 4-manning the whole seed just because I was hoping to find that life magic, and it was so late, and I was still using my White Mage by the time I saw it, I think. So I was like, well, let's just 4-man this.
Yeah, my White Mage kind of died early, and I was like, okay.
Typically, I would do the same, but something just kind of compelled me to keep it going longer, and it worked out.
And that's the key thing that matters, is it did work out. Uh-oh, Spell Zap about to be facing Nuke.
Yeah, and he's like he has a Red Wizard of Night is a saving grace right now.
Oh, getting tornadoed first.
Oh, you know how Chaos likes to tease.
Yep. Heal 2 going out. Melee coming out from Chaos. And Dengwu on Tiamat 2. Speaking of Tiamat 2, she actually was really close to being a gatekeeper as well.
Yeah, she just only wanted to swing at me the first fight, and then the second fight was literally just ink, spell. I didn't see it, so I was just like, well, thank goodness. Why wasn't it like this the first time?
Yeah, I think I got the second Tia 2 you talked about. I don't remember her punching more than once, maybe.
It was like, hit my knight. My knight's dead. Okay, reset.
Well, crit loop on Spellzap's side since the Red Wizard is down and out.
So
yeah, Spellzap's in a good position.
Oh, he looks just like my damage here. This is not going to be good if he doesn't get a crit root.
He's actually been in a crit loop. Another 10 hits for 10 damage. He broke out of the crit loop. 10 hits, 322. Oh, 10 hits, 118.
There's
It's coming up.
13 damage for 10 hits.
10 hits,
nice.
164.
And there we go.
Chaos goes down for Spell Zap.
You want to call it, Sony?
Finishing with an official SRL time of 139 over.
GG dispels up and Dangwoo is on his way to Chaos Fight. Or so say the Grinch.
Now,
Again,
one thing that happened in this seed that's never happened to me before is the best gear for my knight at one point was all 4 opal pieces.
I noticed that for you, and I couldn't help but laugh because having raced you a few times, it was one of those things that I saw all 4 pieces of opal equipment on your knight, and I was like, no, this is not the Thunder I know.
No,
Yeah,
you're
it
just
was-
going for the gears synergy bonus, I guess.
Exactly. Hey, can that be a new flag? Synergy bonus on gear?
I'll approve of that.
Just tell me what.
Oh, another
what
thing that
the
made me
wooden
chuckle
set
was
is.
the waterfall rub sword, then the next box a rub.
A rub axe. That was just silly.
Well, all fate is in Dangwoo's hands with this fight.
All right. Send Dangwoo your energy. Because unfortunately, that Black Wizard's down.
I wonder if he got sideswiped by the Twilight Party.
All right, Dangwoo, set up and ready to go. Lit 2 coming out from Chaos. Ninja swing, 7 hits, 310. Good damage coming out from that ninja.
Oh, speaking of fourth place, Edward offline has finished with the official SR time of 1 hour and 41 minutes and 8 seconds flat. GG to Edward. Begin.
We've got Dangwoo going strong against Chaos. Nuke is going to be coming up sometime very soon.
And the only way we can tell if it's queuing up Nuke is if the Grinch casts fast immediately.
Which, there's fast. Next spell coming up is Nuke.
Question is how much of a delay of a turn he's gonna wait.
We have a fade and a lot going out. More swings coming from the ninja, and there is
Ooh.
the ninja
Oh.
has survived.
And the heal 3 is busting out right now.
So this is actually a really good spot for Dangwoo right now.
Chip damage from Fire 3 doesn't bother him. 180 from the ninja.
Unfortunately, out of heal 3 charges on the night, resorting to ruses. Ink's coming out, not doing anything. Heal 3 coming out from the Red Wizard. Gotta get back up to where he can take another nuke. 10 hits for 212, though. Getting some good damage out. Heal 2 shirt use coming out. Not healing for much, but definitely healing for a bit. 10 hits, 228. 4 hits for 4 from the X-Cowl wielding knight. Another 4 for 4.
Oh.
Exiled to the 4th dimension on the night.
Oh, this is not looking good for Dangwoo.
10 hits, 259. It's still very possible for Dangwoo to come through on this. 10 for 172.
Oh no.
That Red Wizard is low, sitting at 116. Has actual heal 2 charges and the heal 2 shirt, opting to use the heal 2 shirt. 10 hits, 147.
No.
The red mage is down. 10 hits, 89. It
That
comes
means
down to this. 10 hits, 187. Tornado comes out. 8 hits, 162. Ink coming out.
Oh.
Melee
okay.
coming out. The ninja is at 69 HP. Rub comes out. Misses.
Come on.
10 hits, 377.
Oh my god!
Oh,
My heart can't take it.
Dangwoo. I can't take much more.
Yes!
10 hits, 343.
GG.
Chaos goes down.
Jeez, that was
Amazing.
hard on my heart.
Oh,
That was crazy.
I stopped breathing. Dingwoo finishes in 5th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 44 minutes, 59 seconds.
I thought that was gonna be a wipe.
I think most of us did. Oh my gosh. Surviving with 33 HP.
You want if you would call that a clutch, that's a mega clutch.
Dingwoo, my friend. Don't make my heart drop like that again and then just jump straight up.
Oh my
GG's.
god.
Yeah, GG, dang, you about gave me a heart attack as well, dude.
My first time, I was so upset. I was like, why did I just temper an X-Cal that was hitting 4 hits for 4 damage? And then I like tried to swap and it was like way too late. And I was like, alright, well, GG. I have no idea what happened in that seed. All I know is I think I got the Kraken and then Thunder.Dund, and I'm like, either this was a very hard Topher or somehow I magically jumped ahead of everybody. And it's feeling great now. I
No,
don't know.
this was a very hard Topher.
Like,
I don't even have words for this Topher.
And
It's
Dingwoo,
so early, so easy.
you cannot blame me for this one because I did not spin.
I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was that bad.
It
I mean,
felt
had
like the Topher to me felt like it wasn't terrible, but there was just like everything was bad enough to make it not good. Chaos just seemed pretty chunky though.
Yeah, Chaos definitely seemed extremely chunky overall.
And speaking of 6th place, Burt Reynolds finishes with an overall time of 1 hour, 47 minutes, and 28 seconds for 6th place. GG.
I don't know about you guys, but who's this Chaos you speak of? I had to
I was about
fight
to say,
some
you had the
giant.
Grinch, dude.
I know, right? Like, I had to save Christmas.
You didn't even get to meet that Chaos dude. You got to meet the Grinch, but you did get to meet Garland.
No, he was the Grinch too.
Was he?
Yep, Garland was the little green guy all by himself, and then he gets an upgrade.
No, that's right.
Oh yeah,
It's been a while
that's
since I
right.
played
That's
this
right.
one.
Yeah, it's Christmas. It's Christmas theme.
I had to bust it out. Leggy, TF, Tiny Fairy, and I believe it's Nicolette had worked very hard on this. Unfortunately, I don't have the dialogue options, or I would have sat there and let everybody read the dialogue in the middle of the race.
And unfortunately, we got a forfeit right now from Zeno. Forfeit from the race, so I can't blame him, to be honest.
Wow, people were entering Temple of Fiends so early. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, people went into Temple of Fiends relatively quickly. I mean, Spellzap, you were in at under an, or Spellzap's not in here, but Spellzap was in here, and Asher, you were in at the hour and 4 minute mark. Thunder, you went in at the 113 mark.
Bellzap, sub-hour.
Like Spellzap flew through this seed, and we'd have him in here with us, but he has to not be interviewed tonight. But even still, GG's to Spellzap for making it through this seed.
Yeah, I could have, if I would have done the canoe find much quicker, could have been sped up a lot, but I just felt like also just not going with like a safe couple support characters on a 220% possible seed with these many loose items and things, like it was kind of dicey to go to Topher with 3-man strats.
Yeah, it definitely seemed very dicey.
It was, in fact, dicey. I can confirm that.
Yeah, that's true. You most definitely can confirm that.
Well, my strategy, at least for this, even with 220, is you know what? If you're going to go in with a lot of nukes and everything, you just be optimistic and everything's going to work out for the best. You found Masamune, you have fast, you have lock 2. Just try to burn through everything, but I got not that bad. Second is still very good, but it just feels really rough having to grind and grind and grind just to get some more levels that I could have gotten through the.
That is very understandable. I mean, the seed, if you went in completely unprepared to Topher, like at a lower level, you were gambling on Topher being easy, you were going to be bit hard by this Topher.
Yeah, I mean, 24 was good, but the lack of life charges always makes things a little perilous. It just takes one bad fiend fight leading up to chaos, even with
That
3
it definitely
rhythms.
does. I mean, with Kraken 2 having nuke and opening up with it,
And
that
high rolling me with it.
yeah, that just made things that much worse.
I was pretty lucky I didn't get high rolled by it, but I've definitely lost placements on finishing seeds by it plenty of times recently.
Masa was in Temple of Fiends locked? Oh
Yes,
my
sir.
goodness. I even told myself, I said, you know what? I'm going to use that walk and I'm going to go check these out real quick before my dive.
You know what
Wait,
else you
there was
missed
a
in there?
walk?
You could have got a zap stick too. Would have been really good for you.
Dangwoo, you also, my friend, could have gotten a ribbon that was right next to the Mosmian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at that. Thanks, Sonny. Thanks, man.
No
Just
problem.
rub-
It's what I do.
Rub the salt in, all right? Just rub the salt in.
It's what I do.
You
But-
can't deny the salt.
So, oh my, everybody was in so much earlier than me. Oh,
Dangler, just look, you got through chaos with 33 life left. That just means you had exactly the amount that you needed to save Christmas.
exact. Well, I mean, to be honest, during this entire race, I just felt like I was just kind of cruising, like on a giant cruise boat, and I'm just kind of chilling, just kind of going along. And then I just ran right into this iron goal that did not want to die ever.
Yeah, those iron goals were chunky too.
Those iron golems were very chunky.
And they also had stun touch, so it was manageable, but grinding wise, I wouldn't even recommend it on this one.
Yeah, I think I took 2 and then exited out. That was it. They took like 3 or 4 nukes to kill.
Yeah.
If you got high rolls on your nukes, they only took 2. But that's the problem, getting high rolls on your nukes.
I finally just cheated and said, "All right, robot, come to the door. Come to the door." Ah, there you go.
You missed the good treasure then.
No, I know. I got in there once. I ran out of nuke charges coming back out because they backlined my black mage. It was great. 10 out of 10. Love that.
Would do again?
Would do again. Yeah, that's right. I did like the rub and then the anti-rub right
Yes.
next to each other in there.
That actually made me laugh out loud a little bit.
Yeah, seeing the rub sword and the aero axe right next to each other was just great.
It was
It's like-
definitely interesting, this seed, for sure. I didn't really I just looked at the flags just before the race and that's why I kept checking chests and I realized, wait a minute, I'm technically in go mode right now and I'm still checking chests.
Hey, you never know what you're gonna find.
Well, I found money.
Force of habit, Dangu.
I love treasure. What can I say? And then I went on a wild search for Warmech.
Gave the fans what they wanted.
I didn't get lost in the maze somehow.
Hey, at least you took down a war mech. That's a rare win in my book.
He was chunky too. He was a chunky boy.
He
I
was
was
a chunk.
considering if I saw him, I would fight him too, but I actually didn't cross paths with him, so I said no.
Oh, you should have. He was nice and easy.
Well, I do believe that we're gonna move on to your thoughts on the flag set as well as final thoughts on the seed overall. So we'll start in the order that you guys finished in. So Thunder, what are your overall thoughts on the flag set and final thoughts on the seed itself?
You know, I'm not really a fan of the tri-state, the way the tri-state locations were or items were with how I'm not being incentivized and stuff. It kind of feels more like a I tricked you seed more than a strategy seed. You really got to know the randomizer well to logic out if you find a floater, was it loose or was it tri-state incentive, you know? So I'm not a big fan of how that part of it is, which basically makes every seed of this kind almost a 3 loose no matter what China hunt. And I don't know, that just seems like a lot, but the challenge level of the percents were fine, I felt. And yeah, I don't know, everything else about it seemed okay. I think a good balance if you're going to make oh wait, no, sorry. I'm also not a fan of vanilla fetch quests, sorry. Always finding a crown that leads to a key is kind of boring in my opinion, but I think a good balance for that is if the adamant's always going to be Excal, maybe we go back to not having weapon fixes on, because the Excal might actually be good then. I don't know. That's my thoughts, but yeah.
I can understand that. Asher, how about you, my friend?
All right, I'm going to flip the table a little bit on this. I really do like the concept of the tri-state transportation. I've practiced a few of these seeds before, mostly with having the fetch quest on, which is currently what's featured on the Discord async weekly. Shameless plug, you can still run it through Wednesday.
Ooh.
But the big issue that I had this seed specifically is I have never had it where I found 2 transportation items right away, in this case from the princess and the king. So I spent like the first hour of my run, which was practically running around the whole world before I found Cube, just being like, so how many items do I need to find again? I'm not sure. But I will say that I do enjoy the concept. I do think a few tweaks that Leggy made did work pretty well, considering the experience growth being where it's at. I thought that curve worked out well. I got to Temple of Fiends at 23. And this just happened to be a fast seed. So personally, I'm a fan of it. I do, if I'm sitting from where I'm sitting, I do like having the fetch quest on a little bit better. But in this case, it was just a seed that more than anything else, the world was kind of window dressing for Topher, and that's how Final Fantasy Randomizer goes sometimes. It's the great equalizer for a reason.
Okay, Mighty Dang Wu.
Oh, it was interesting. The TNT into a cabin. Wasn't expecting that. Thought it was required. Wasn't, because I didn't read the flag. So hashtag who reads flags. That cabin was worth it. Coming out of Marsh, let me tell you.
That cabin saved your butt.
No, it was interesting. I did a lot of cruising though, but Random Mania, thank you. I don't know who actually came up with these flags, but they're very interesting. Probably something I'd have to play a couple more times to actually give a really good input on compared to other runners. But thanks, comms. I'm sure you guys killed it.
Thank you, Dang. Thank you for racing, as well as thank you, Asher and Thunder.
Yeah, I'll also add the thank you to everyone that put the race together behind the scenes too. I think we have who's restreaming? Is it Silver?
It's Leggy.
Leggy herself. So thank you, Leggy, and you guys for comms and Danny for tracking. Always a pleasure to have a tracker like Danny on the scene. And yeah, it's great that we got this going on every week. So I hope we keep it going.
Chitin, my friend. We've had a beautiful race tonight.
Yeah, and the most brutal at the same time that I've witnessed in a long time. With even that said, I would like to thank Randomizer for hosting us. I would like to thank our restreamer League Starscream, of course, my partner, Sonny Wrath 11. Also, please follow runners that'll be showcased tonight: Thundercloud, Asher, Spellzap, and Dingwu. And I believe we're about to jam out, if I'm not mistaken, Sonny.
You are correct. Definitely be sure to give Thundercloud, Spellzap, Dengwu, and Asher a follow. Asher's Twitch name is not as it shows on Randomania. It is actually Asher1611.
They won't
So-
let me change it on Twitch. I'm so sorry. I've been trying.
There you go. Be sure to give the runners a follow. Got to give some huge shout outs to Danny3883 for doing the tracking, Leggy Starscream for doing the restreaming, my fellow commentator, Chitin619 for joining me in the booth tonight. Shout outs to the runners, the Randomania family of channels, because if we didn't have them, we wouldn't be able to bring you this edition of the weekly race. But with that, for Dangwu, Spellzap, Asher Wells, Thunderclawed, Danny3883, Leggy Starscream, Chitin619, I am Sonny Roth 11. This has been another Final Fantasy Randomizer weekly race. We hope you all enjoyed it. You all have a great evening. Keep on randomizing, and we will see you next time for another beautiful weekly race.